Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here. Coming to you from inside because it's a wee bit rainy, and I think it's going to get worse before. I think we've got a wee bit of calm tomorrow. Then Saturday it gets bad, So but I want to come on. I want to come on um for a specific topic, and it's to do with the paedophile hunting rings, if that's the right name for them. The guys that like they go online and they catch predators trying to lure young children into different situations. Some of these is it's it's a lot more serious than what you might think. It's like some of these guys are catching people who are trying to take children away to a ring and stuff to people that's ordered or booked. I mean, these are people who are out hunting children, not just for their own satisfaction. Some of these people mightn't even be predators, but they're working for predators. So it is really, really serious, But you do get your run of the mill. Now, when I first, I'm going to just give you a wee bit of my views on it. My personal views, my opinions. So before we start, I just want to make sure this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Just keep myself right with YouTube and that. Okay. So I haven't got my mic in because I'm indoors, so you should pick me up okay. The mic's no bad on the phone. Um, but basically, my opinion when with the first started coming out, I was like, I thought it was quite a lot of vulnerable people that was getting caught, and there's no two ways about it, there is vulnerable men out there that aren't right and with serious mental health issues and maybe have the mind of a child and they go online to meet children, Um, they're different from the actual predators that I know of that, they're all, don't get me wrong, you've got to understand, this is my opinion, this is the way I see it, how I used to look at it. And so, but now it seems to be we're catching a lot of men with, well, how you just be honest, with names that aren't British names, and seems to be the same name pops up quite a lot, and yeah, it is quite concerning that we've got so many now. I'm only going to cover the ones in Scotland, okay, and particularly Spartan was I think he started off as it's is it like child protection team now on the internet, and his name is Alex Kierney. I'm sure Alex Kierney. It sounds right. Yeah, yeah, definitely Alex Kierney, and he's been silenced. So yes, believe it or not, which doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? But I've got a bit of a problem with what I'm seeing online, coming from other groups that do the exact same as Alex. Now I don't know Alex. I've never met Alex. Don't even know what he looks like. I just know of him, and I know that he's now been taken off every single platform, and he's got no way of coming back or speaking up for himself. And nobody's coerced me or anything. This is me. This is me. That's what I see on the internet. And I always, my followers, anybody new to the platform, I do this. I come to the platform and talk about things that are relevant that I see in my day to day life and how I react with it. And I touch on mental health. And quite a lot of it is like I'm child grooming because of my past in children's homes and what I know of what's happened to children by high officials up in our government many years ago. Um, and how it's still quite prevalent today that we're still, there's still the victims. I say the same thing. The victims are the same working class children. The predators have changed. The predators have changed. I've seen it changing on these uh. I don't know how you say it. Wolf pack thingy keeps coming in, but I know that's a particular type of guys that do it. You know, this guy is I'll put the links in, but it's Alex Kierney, and it's child protection, or something. I'll get it for you, because it's very important. So anyway, he's got a GoFundMe on the go, you know what I mean, and like as far as I'm concerned, I don't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? It's like a guy's got to go for me, deserves everything and anything he get. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know enough about him, but I'm quite sure if this is the kind of game he's in, he probably puts a lot in a charity and gives a lot of it away, whatever he doesn't need. But obviously, he's in a bit of a sticky wicket here, to be honest with you, and he needs every bit of help he can get. So I wouldn't question anything if a man like that is shut down from all platforms. The first thing I think of is how can I help that man? I don't look any further. But what's happening is we've got other groups that are coming out now and like bad mouthing them, and there's stuff going on online and everybody knitting. And like I feel as if it's a wee bit like the Tommy Robinson thing with some of the Patriots. Not everybody makes it, not everybody gets the following. Um this is the problem. This is what I'm going to try and tell you guys that seem to be a bit jealous and seem to have a bit of hate in your heart. You're in this for the wrong game, guys. And it's really shown by your behavior. And you don't realize it, but it really does. People watching it from outside, they've seen the bigger picture. They're going to see that you're in it for the wrong game because you're getting emotional about something like this when there shouldn't be any hate in your heart at all. You should be like going like, the guy needs help. The guy's been shut down from every platform. You know what I mean? Um, he got jailed. He got bail. Part of his bail conditions was he couldn't do this anymore. And then he helped somebody else, and they broke his bail conditions. He has not a good time. They're really persecuting the guy. And sometimes I have to say, like, if you're running a platform or any sort of organization and it doesn't seem to be coming off, you don't seem to be getting where you want to be getting going with it, whatever your goals are. Sometimes you may need to look inside and maybe think that the platform isn't being run right, or maybe you need to change the face of the platform. And a lot of people don't like to hear that because a lot of people start these platforms because I'm the face of my platform. But like, if my platform ever started doing really a lot of good for people and something happened and it wasn't doing well because of my face on platform, because of my beliefs and my views and who I am in Belfast, I would quite happily step down because I'm not doing this for me. And this is what you've got to remember. When you are starting these platforms, you need to understand, you need to start off with the mindset and ask yourself one question. Are you doing this for yourself? Or are you doing this for other people, for like charity, for the good of the world, for good of people, for children, you know? And, that's the first step you need to make to be successful. Because if you're doing it for yourself, you're not going to get anywhere because you just won't. You're going to be biased. You know what I mean? You're going to be biased towards yourself. It's like it's just it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And this guy, Alex Kierney guy, and he's like started this off, and he's obviously doing something really good and right. He's obviously got a really good team. It's like I'll tell you, like nobody does anything like Tommy Robinson or Alex without a good team. There's no two ways about it. It's all about the team that you have around you. So this is my tip number two for anybody wanting to get involved or anybody that is involved. It's all about your team around you. If you don't have the right team around you, you're not going to be successful. So it's really important, what I mean, that you've got to look within before you start shouting out, because you won't look good. You really won't look good. And I'm not here to name anybody because, to be honest with you, I don't know the names. I just know, I see it, but I don't pay enough attention to actually remember because I've got too much stuff to remember. I don't take notes. I don't write anything down. I speak. I turn the camera. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say. I just turn the camera on. And the reason why I'm able to do that is because I don't keep stuff in my head that I don't need. And that's how I go forward, me personally. And I'm not a big platform, I reckon over 100 to me is massive, So what I mean. I know who I am and where I want to go. What I mean. You've got to start thinking like that, guys. You know what I mean. The most important thing I think we should all be taking from this is that, like, it's difficult for anybody to do this, you know what I mean? But when you do work really hard at something and you don't get the results that you see other platforms getting, it can become tiring and it can put you down. And that frustration may come out in a way that you don't really want it to come out. And it may come across in a way where you're coming across a wee bit jealous. And I know you aren't like that because any one of you that are doing this and helping children, I know you are good people. I really do know that deep down in your heart, you are all really good people. And I know you are just frustrated. And it can be hard when you see somebody else doing so well and you're not just getting that. You're not getting, if you see him and put like Alex pulling money in on his GoFundMe, and you're trying to get a bit of money, and it can be frustrating. I understand that. I understand, but you have to look within. You need to change it. If you've been doing it for a long time, you aren't getting anywhere. You need to look within and change it. You know what I mean? Um, that's my best advice to you, And like another thing is like, it's always a good idea just to take a breath and like maybe just send an email to Alex and say, listen, I'm feeling like this right now and I'm trying really hard, I'm working really hard, I'm not getting anywhere, and you know, I know you're getting pulling in a bit of money. Can you spare 300, 500, 800, whatever it is you need for whatever it is you're trying to organise or set up? Because most of the money's going to children or kids or women of abuse, you know what I mean? And we're all behind yous, you know what I mean? We're all behind yous, but we can't just make things different just like that, and we can't just hate on anybody else just because you know you've got some differences. You're not happy with some way that they operate. They are where they are because of the way they operate and because of the team they have around them. They are successful. You know what I mean? And I just know in my heart, guys. You know what I mean? There's nobody in this particular game that you're in this child protection carry on where you're trying to get guys who are predating on children on the internet, where you're trying to snare them and catch them. Nobody doubts for a minute that any's are in this for yourselves or anything like this. Please do not take it for 1 minute that I'm saying that to you. I'm not. I'm trying to help you, like, become a better, a better platform and not bitter and fight amongst each other, because it's not the answer. It is not the answer. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And these days you put tweets up, they're up forever. You put a comment down, it's up forever. And I have seen a lot of people getting involved in a lot of things that they probably know very little about, and they're not looking at the bigger picture. There's a man here who's being persecuted by the government. He's had his basic freedoms taken away from him. It's our freedom of it's our freedoms, you know, to have social media platforms and to be able to do all this and do whatever we want. I understand they own it. They own the YouTube and X, and they can all do that. But it's not. He's not breaking any of their guidelines. You know, this is from the government. This is from the court of law, where he's not allowed to go. That should never be allowed to happen unless you are a predator, or unless you are a terrorist. There's only two things in this world that I think where you should be barred from the internet. Um, and and I can't get my head around the fact that anybody else would be barred from the internet because it's your basic human right, you know. And just like Tommy Robinson, he's Tommy Robinson sentenced, and I don't think anybody really understands what that could be like for somebody who works on social media platforms. Well, the social media platforms of their lives. If they're not on the camera, they're behind the screen editing or thinking or planning or driving places. There's so much work put in, it's unbelievable. These people are giving up their lives. You know what I mean? So when that's taken away, you do not understand what that feeling is like, guys. It must be absolutely horrific. I'd rather go to prison so I would than have had that happen to me. Personally, but and I imagine quite a lot of people would be the same. And just like Tommy Robinson, because Tommy Robinson went, "Shh," and there's a lot of other people trying to do this, like saying the same thing and putting in the hard work and all that, but they're not getting they're not getting the leverage. You know what I mean? And that's where the bitterness forms and the jealousy, and it's just a slippery slope from there, guys. And the thing is, it will never look good for you guys. There's none of the deadly sins you'll ever look good possessing. And that's just me as a Christian telling you that. But I'm not here to preach to you. But that's all I'm going to say about it, guys. Like I'm saying, I've never used my platform to name or shame anybody. You all know who I'm talking about. You are all putting the post in. I'm quite sure this will get passed around all the paedophile hunting sites and whatnot. And don't shoot the messenger. Like, I'm just telling you what I see, guys, and it's not pretty. As somebody that really respects you and for what you're doing. Somebody's been through childhood abuse, you know what I mean, and been groomed and all the rest of it. So like, I feel for you guys. I know exactly what drives you and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? And it's not something I could do. I wouldn't have the temperament. I'd struggle. I'd probably start crying all the time. You know what I mean? You know, I would. I'm too emotional to deal with stuff like that. You need to be strong and all the rest of it. Like, and then there would be the anger side of that. The problem I got anger. You know me. I don't know. You know, there'd probably just be holes everywhere. To be honest with you, like, you know, there'd just be holes everywhere. Like, and yeah, they'd all be filled. So no, it's not for me, guys. But best of luck to you all, and I really do, Jenny. Wish you all the best of luck, and just try and keep it real and be good, be honest, be considerate, be kind. You know, and you won't go wrong in this life. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And big shout out to Alex. You know what I mean? Don't need to meet the guy. I'm not into all that. I've got enough on my plate. He's got enough on his plate. You know what I mean? I've never met the guy. Like I said, I don't have a clue what he looks like or nothing. But I just can tell, you know, the type of man he is, and I can see what's happening to him, and it's not nice. It's really, really not nice, guys. So that's all it's about. Um, what will I do about the link? So let me see. Uh, so if you look up, it'll be the child protection. Oh, hate this. I'll put it up in the description. I promise you, I'm gonna go online, have a look at it, put it his site up in it because it's still up on the on thingy, and go to his GoFundMe, and if you can throw a couple of quid in there and help the guy out, you know what I mean. Not 100% what it's for, but you know anything that's extra will go to whoever's needing it. You know, there's I know that for a fact because I know how these guys work. You know, so yeah. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for getting into one of my videos. It's not one of my usual ones for my usual followers, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I try and cover everything, and hopefully I don't cover this again because it's not my forte, to be honest with you. Even though I do talk about child abuse, but that's a they're guys that they specialize in what they're doing. The law and all that worries me. You know, what I mean, I wouldn't know. I'd be with the amount of time I've done, they would hammer me. I mean, I wouldn't get bail. You know, Alex got bail. I wouldn't get bail, and I know that I've never had bail in my life, and they would love a chance for that. I would get hammered. So yeah, it's not something I can dip my toe in. But thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time, and God bless every single one of you.